When Patrice Talon became Benin's leader in 2016, he said he would remain in office only for one term. But 5 years later, here he is, voting for his second presidential term. After he voted, Talon dismissed the recent protests that broke out in parts of the country.
Security forces dealt with the problem with tact. The troublemakers were young men and were unfortunately objects of manipulation. Our security forces overcame the situation calmly. By this time tomorrow, the healing process begins, and we'll make sure such a situation never arises again.
Ahead of Sunday's vote, security forces were deployed in large numbers to maintain order. Nearly 5 million people have registered to vote in the election. In 2019, less than a quarter of the voting population participated in the parliamentary election that was won by the governing party. In many polling stations like this, only a handful of voters stand up to cast their ballots. Others have stayed away because of concerns about recent attacks. Now, election officials admit that the protests have disrupted the supply of election materials in the mainly opposition stronghold of the north. A weakened opposition has accused the government of harassing and intimidating its supporters. One of the candidates threatened to pull out of the race 2 days before the election, citing continuing harassment and intimidation of the opposition by the government.
It is interesting for all the parties taking part in this election that the participation rate exceeds at least 70%. Elections are held so that citizens can choose. To choose means to vote. To vote means to choose who is entrusted with the future of this country for the next 5 years. I hope that victory will be on our side, because it is a sanctioned vote that I invite.
With the economy slowing down, many voters have high expectations of whoever wins.
I want to see the elected president provide jobs and improve security. As it is, it's too dangerous to go out at night.
Tension is still high in some parts of Benin, and election observers are calling for calm.
Our urge to all of them, our appeal, is to continue the engagement, continue to ensure that the playing field is level, continue to give opportunity to everybody to participate.
Results are expected within 48 hours. Few expect this vote to go into a second round, which means President Talon will likely secure a second 5-year mandate that could strengthen his grip on power. Ahmed, Idris, Jazeera, Cotonou.